Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Anne. In this video, I'll be featuring a couple of products which are from Languo. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. First is this portable watercolor paint set in Chinese or classic colors. And next is this travel-friendly watercolor sketchbook. So now let's check out the box packaging for this portable watercolor set. So here at the back, those are the color names, but they don't have pigment information. So here you get a swatch card for your paints. And now this is the portable watercolor set in Chinese or classic colors. This case comes in beige or tan. I think other paint sets have different case colors. And here I was just checking out the thickness of the cases because this can be a good tandem. When I opened this up, it reminded me of opening a makeup compact. It has the same feels. Here you get quite a small watercolor brush, and here you have two mixing palettes. And then here you get 16 pieces of watercolors. So here I'm just checking out the case, and I tried prying these out and they come off. So I feel like if you buy the other sets, you can switch them up. And this part of the case is where you will place your water. Okay, this felt quite stable, but for me personally, I don't think it can hold enough water, at least for me. Here I was just testing how well it would stand on a table. And now here we have the travel tiny watercolor brush. Okay, so this brush, I feel like it will only be good for tiny paintings and for detailing. Now here's our travel-friendly sketchbook. So this one consists of 50 sheets of 230 GSM watercolor paper. So this case is plastic, but I like the design because it looks like a small square book. The whole product itself feels lightweight, so yes, I think that this is going to be great as a travel-friendly sketchbook. So as you can see there, it says Artistic Master Painter. So maybe that is the whole title of this sketchbook, but here it is. Again, it says it has 50 sheets of watercolor wood pulp paper with 230 GSM. So as you've seen, there is a bit of texture, but I feel like it's just a fine texture on the front, and at the back it's pretty smooth. So I'll be making two swatches in this video. First one in this journal of swatches. So this one is my journal. Okay, so since I don't know much about these paints, I decided to pre-activate them because they looked extruded. So here I am just placing a couple or 3 drops of water on each paint. And so for these swatches, I'll be using my number 0 round quill brush. Okay, so for the first color, this is Dew White. Okay, so what I did to get the color names of these paints is I took a picture of the list of paints in the box packaging, and then I used the camera on my phone and used the translate feature. There were actually 2 translations. One is simplified and one is traditional. I used the traditional translations. The next color is called Vine Yellow. So this one is called Gold Leaf. So out of all the 16 paints, this is the only one that has subtle shimmers. And here we have Sandalwood Brown. This fifth color is called Jujube Brown. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation for this name, Jujube. And this one is called Zhu Hong. I looked for the translation. It says that Zhu Hong means red. And this one is called Rouge. And this one just translated to red purple, which is quite accurate. And here we have emerald green. So this next color is called Dai Ching. And I had to look up the pronunciation for this word. I don't know the translation though. And next we have blue and green. And this one is called Pin Lan. It also translates to reddish blue. And here, this color is called Swatching. Like it could mean I like watching Netflix. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. It's a joke. I don't, I didn't get a translation about this color. It only says AS Rock. So I don't know about that. So this one is called Kun Qing. When I looked for the translation, it says group of youth, and the other translation is public sentiment. So I don't know how that translates to a color. And second to the last, this is called Green Lotus. And the last color from this set is ink black or pitch black. So since these paints didn't come with pigment information, it will be hard to know whether the pigments used are light fast. But so far, I find that these paints are quite pigmented. And here's a closer look of the freshly swatched paints. So I wasn't satisfied with my lighting at this point, so I stopped recording and I continued the swatching of the paints the next day. So this is the day after. I think it's awesome that you can detach the palette from the case. Okay, from here on out, I'll just be describing the colors as I see them. Okay, so first, again, this is dew white. This to me looks like a semi-opaque white. And this next color is called vine yellow. And this, I would say, is the yellow ochre in this set. But this one is a very pigmented yellow ochre. It has a very strong yellow tinge. Okay, so this next one is called Gold Leaf. Like I said earlier, this is the only paint in this set that has shimmers. It's quite subtle, and you can only see the shimmers when you tilt the paper in some angles. And here, this is called Sandalwood Brown. And I would say that this will be the burnt umber in this set. And this one, it's called Juju Bay Brown. I would say that this will be the burnt sienna. The closest to a burnt sienna in this set. So this color is called Zhu Hong, translates to red, but I would describe this more as a vermilion hue color. Let's just say to me that this looks more orange than just a red color. And here, this one is called, again, Rogue. I would describe this as like a pinky red, like a permanent rose even. So this one is called Red Purple, and I would say this will be close to a Madder Lake or an alizarin crimson color. So this one is called Emerald Green. I would say this is a typical green color, but it's not like a cartoonish green shade. It does have a bit of like a phthalo green in there. And next here, this one is called Dai Ching. To me, this looks like a dark hooker's green. And this one is called Blue and Green, which to me, it looks like a pretty turquoise color. And this one is Pin Lan, which translates to reddish blue. I think this is just a regular phthalo blue. Now this one is Swatching. I thought at first that this was an indigo, but it turns out this is a Payne's gray color. So next we have this color called Kunqing, and I would describe this as the ultramarine blue in this set. This next one is called Green Lotus, which escapes me because this, when it dries down, it looks like a violet. And here the last color is called Ink Black or Pitch Black. It's not that deep at all. It's more like a dark gray black, at least when it dries down. So here I decided to do a demo painting on this sketchbook. There are two ways that I could think of on how to use this. either put a cardboard behind one page and then, or just tear a page off of the sketchbook. I would highly suggest that you take care when tearing a page off because you don't want to deform the paper. So I then decided to stick this to the case because I would like to try out the ease of use if you do decide, if I do decide to travel with these items. So here I decided to do a quick painting, and I'm quite glad to be able to fit in the paper and the paints in the whole screen. And yeah, so here it is. Oh, by the way, I forgot where I saw this art inspiration. I did see it on YouTube. Her name is Kaylee. I forgot her surname, but yeah, I got this paint, this art inspiration from her. I just watched it like an hour before I started doing this. Anyway, the small brush included in this watercolor set, yeah, it's great for details, but personally for me, I don't think I'll be able to paint with only this brush. That's just my own personal opinion. Okay, here I decided to do another quick painting so I can really test out the other colors from this set, and here I'll be sharing my initial thoughts about this watercolor set. Okay, so first, price range. I was able to get this for under 200 pesos. That's Philippine pesos. The price of this set, by the way, it differs from which shopping platform you're gonna get it from. So this one particularly, I got it from Lazada. It's a little steeper on the Shopee app if you are not subscribed to the VIP discount subscription, but I'm not for that subscription, by the way. So I decided to get it on the Lazada app because it was slightly cheaper. Okay, again, for the price range, for the pigments, for the color range, this is a great buy, at least for me. I like this set, this Chinese colors or their classic set. It is more to my liking. Again, this watercolor sets, they have 4 different types. They have the basic set, this classic set, they have the macaron, and the shimmers. Each set has a different color case. So this one has the beige one. The basic set, I believe, has a white case. The macaron set has the mint green, and the shimmer one has the powder blue, which I kind of like. I wish they were able to interchange the cases because I would have preferred the blue one, but that's just me. All four sets have 16 different colors, so I don't know if there will be repeat colors from the basic set to this classic set. But I'm pretty sure that the macaron have different colors from the other sets and also the shimmers. Again, this is quite cheap. I mean, this is quite affordable. For a portable palette, this is fine. I would recommend this if you haven't, if you haven't succumbed to the other portable palettes out there. I guess this will be a nice portable watercolor set to check out. Okay, by the way, this is not sponsored. I bought all of these products with my own money. I just want to talk a bit about Languo. Languo, this brand is not new to me. I've purchased like gel pens from them, which are very pigmented, and also some tiny sketchbooks. But this is the first time I've ever encountered a watercolor product from them. So this is fairly new to me, and I like that they were able to make this product because I kind of quite like it. It's just if I had the funds, I would have purchased the other sets, but my budget does not permit me to do that. But so far, this one is a pretty good product to try out. I do recommend this one, okay? Okay, so I noticed while I was painting this cute little bunny right here, he looked frightened, like he was being scolded that he did something pretty bad, and he was like, I'm sorry. But yeah, he's cute though. By the way, the small sticker on the upper right corner, that's where I copied or like took the inspiration when I sketched this bunny. So now let's check out this watercolor paper right here. I find that this paper did warp a bit in the middle because I did only paint in the middle of the paper. So can I say that this is 100% awesome? No. But is it good and decent? Yes, I think that this paper is quite good and decent to paint on. So here's a much closer look of the swatches. Some of the paints can be quite opaque, like if you apply it thickly. I guess most paints are going to be like that. But yeah, if you are someone who wants to paint with very strong colors, I guess this will be good for you. But if you are someone who just wants transparency, if you can paint lightly, sure, these paints can be quite transparent. But if you paint with thick colors, there is a chance that it won't be as transparent. Pigment wise, I think that these are pretty good, pretty well pigmented. But again, these are cheap watercolors. So the light fastness, I will not bank on it because again, these are quite cheap. So the light fastness might be the issue here. But if you're just painting in like closed sketchbooks or journals, I guess this will be decent enough for that. But if you ask me, would I repurchase this product again in case I ran out of the paints? Probably not, but I would reuse the case. So here's a closer look of the swatch card. I think it's pretty cute. And here is a closer look of the small painting that I did. So here I mainly used the Paints Gray color and a bit of the dark Hooker's green. And here's my cute frightened rabbit. Um, Again, I do like how this came out. That's why I would say that these paints are quite decent. So here are the still pictures of the swatches and the demo paintings. These are all taken under normal room lighting. So check out the video here wherein I tested whether these paints would stain the palette. So looking at this, it's safe to say that the blues and greens are quite staining. Okay, so I guess it's safe to say that for me, I would recommend these products, especially if you are looking for a portable, travel-friendly art materials, I mean watercolor materials. Again, I like this palette. I would use this. The paper, sure. But is it something that I would repurchase? I might, because I do like the size of this sketchbook. Okay, so I guess that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are into affordable watercolor and art materials, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Okay, so for now, take care, and I will see you on the next video, guys. Take care. Bye bye.